There was a time when Erling Haaland was described as football's next great striker. That conversation is over. Today, he isn't chasing expectations anymore. He's setting them. Goals, trophies, broken records, those have become routine. But what he's doing at the 2026 FIFA World Cup may be his biggest statement yet. Norway hadn't appeared on football's biggest stage for nearly 3 decades. And now, led by a relentless number 9, they're making the entire world pay attention. The frightening part? Haaland isn't just a finisher. He's a complete athletic phenomenon built for modern football. Every defender knows what's coming. They study his runs, analyze his movements, prepare for his power. Yet when the whistle blows, stopping him becomes a completely different challenge. Behind every goal is an obsessive lifestyle built around performance. Hours in the gym, strict recovery routines, around 6,000 calories a day from nutrient-rich foods. Everything about his daily life is designed to create the ultimate football machine. The numbers almost don't seem real. Haaland reached 100 career club goals faster than Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, and Kylian Mbappe. He's conquered Europe, lifted the Champions League trophy, shattered scoring records, and many fans believe he produced a season worthy of football's biggest individual award. Now, with the World Cup finally on his stage, he's giving the world another reason to believe he's one of the most unstoppable players of this generation. Born in Leeds, England on July 20.
Interestingly, football wasn't his only interest. During his teenage years, Haaland even recorded a song alongside friends, showing a lighter side that many fans rarely see. But once he stepped onto bigger football stages, everything changed. His breakthrough came at Molde. At only 17 years old, he exploded onto the scene by scoring 4 goals in just 17 minutes during one unforgettable match. By the end of his spell there, he'd scored 20 goals in 50 appearances and earned recognition as one of Norway's brightest young stars. Instead of immediately joining one of Europe's giants, Haaland chose Red Bull Salzburg in Austria. It proved to be the perfect decision. Within weeks, he was scoring hat tricks for fun, including one on his UEFA Champions League debut. At just 19, he became one of the youngest players ever to score a Champions League hat trick, finishing his first season with an incredible 29 goals in only 27 matches. Then came another historic moment. At the FIFA U20 World Cup in 2019, Haaland scored 9 goals in a single match against Honduras. That astonishing performance helped him finish as the tournament's top scorer and announced his name to football fans across the globe. Europe's biggest clubs quickly lined up. Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, and many others wanted his signature. Instead, he chose Borussia Dortmund. The decision paid off instantly. Coming off the bench during his Bundesliga debut, Haaland needed only 23 minutes to score a hat trick. In his very next league appearance, he came off the bench again and added 2 more goals. 5 goals in roughly 1 hour of football. It was one of the most explosive starts any player had ever produced in Germany.
His impact didn't slow down. 9 goals in his first 8 Bundesliga games. A brilliant Champions League debut for Dortmund with 2 goals against Paris Saint-Germain. After only 10 Champions League appearances, he'd already scored 12 goals, setting an incredible pace that nobody had witnessed before. His love for Europe's biggest competition became famous. Even his alarm clock reportedly played the Champions League anthem. Dortmund supporters quickly embraced him as their new superstar, especially after producing spectacular goals that highlighted both his power and technical ability. The 2020-21 season confirmed his transformation from prospect into global superstar. 41 goals across all competitions. Champions League top scorer with 10 goals. Winner of the DFB Pokal. Voted Bundesliga Player of the Season by the fans. By then, staying at Dortmund was never going to last.
Manchester City activated his release clause for around €60 million, bringing him back to the club where his father had once played. Many expected a difficult adjustment. The Premier League is widely considered the toughest domestic league in world football. Haaland ignored every prediction. 20 Premier League goals arrived in only 14 matches, smashing previous records. 4 Premier League hat-tricks came in just 19 games. By season's end, he'd scored 36 league goals in 35 appearances, setting a new Premier League single-season scoring record while helping City win another league title. The trophies kept coming. The FA Cup was secured, but the greatest prize arrived in Europe.
During qualifying, Haaland scored 16 goals in just 8 matches, finishing as UEFA's leading scorer. He found the net in every qualifying game, including a devastating hat-trick against Israel and a dominant performance during Norway's massive victory over Moldova. Norway won all 8 qualifiers, scored 37 goals, and completed a perfect campaign to book its ticket to the 2026 World Cup. Of course, he wasn't carrying the team alone. Martin Odegaard, Oscar Bob, Antonio Nusa, Alexander Sorloth, and a talented supporting cast gave Norway one of the strongest squads in its modern history. Haaland's physical preparation continued separating him from almost everyone else. Standing 1.95 meters tall, he combines raw strength with explosive speed. His nutrition focuses heavily on protein-rich natural foods, including beef, fish, eggs, raw honey, and nutrient-dense organ meats. Recovery receives just as much attention. Quality sleep, limited blue light exposure, stretching, physiotherapy, ice baths, saunas, and even red light therapy all play important roles in keeping his body ready. Former coaches have revealed that even as a youngster, Haaland performed hundreds of push-ups and sit-ups every day. His greatest weapon, however, might be his mindset. He believes the body is capable of much more than most people allow, and that mental discipline often decides physical limits. By the time the 2026 FIFA World Cup arrived, Norway wasn't simply happy to be there. They believed they could compete with anyone. Haaland wasted no time proving it. Against Iraq in the opening match, he scored twice as Norway cruised to a convincing 4-1 victory. Senegal came next, and once again Haaland delivered, converting another brilliant chance created by Martin Odegaard before adding another crucial goal to secure the result. With qualification already secured, Norway rested several key players against France and suffered a heavy defeat. But once the knockout rounds began, Haaland returned. Facing Ivory Coast, Norway found themselves locked in a tense battle. The score remained level until the 85th minute, when Haaland appeared exactly where elite strikers always seem to be, scoring the winning goal and sending Norway into the next round. Then came the biggest test imaginable: Brazil. 5-time world champions, tournament favorites, a football giant. Norway entered without pressure. Brazil entered expecting victory. Instead, Haaland stole the spotlight. He opened the scoring with a clinical finish before striking again to complete a famous 2-1 victory that shocked the football world. For the first time in their history, Norway reached the World Cup quarterfinals. After just 4 tournament matches, Haaland had already scored 7 goals, making